Hey, what's nice is in a few years we'll have a third person to help us do this.
Hey, what do you got there, sweetie? Is that a balloon? You find a balloon?
Oh, shit, that's not a balloon!
All right. Your baby has HIV. Is how bad this could have gone. The condom was unused.
Who the fuck says that to a couple of parents? Easy on the fucking couch.
Ma'am, okay, chill out.
So anyways, let's fucking this bitch. So anyway, how do I like this?
No, we're not, no.
He would have fucking did it too. He would have fucking did it.
We're gonna make this as hard as possible for him to edit that in.
Oh. And welcome back to
I was like, Hags, this is your fucking cue, buddy.
I was stretching. Jesus, man.
Even I knew. I was waiting for it.
I was about to do it. I was literally like, oh, and then he dropped in. That's fine. So what was it? What'd you say, Josh?
team effort here. What?
What'd you say?
And welcome back to the Second Round Podcast. This is DJ Hags here.
Oh,
All right, Hags, your
job
job is done. You can leave now. Buddy.
We'll send you the file to upload later.
Yeah. Oh, you guys.
He's our producer.
See, OG days I was.
He's the article guy or the archive guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hags, you were like,
What the fuck was that? Tell the
Archive
backstory again.
We're talking about Jacob Manning being great at.
No. It was Jake Kennedy saying he
Jesus,
would
Jake
be the
Kennedy.
archive
Yeah.
He was
guy.
being sick at like pulling up stats and shit and like just
He
receipts.
just have the receipts.
he has
Yeah.
a very
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
Being
Yeah.
able to remember that.
Archive.
Is that what
guy.
the fuck it's called? Emotional intelligence?
I want to say so. It sounded smart.
That makes sense to me.
Never heard of that in my life.
I'm gonna
But
go.
anyways, yeah, so another week.
I think you're right.
Vibes are strong this week. Last week was good. We're going to keep the same thing flowing. I mean, if you look at Zach's eyes right now, you can tell he's 3 sheets to the wind.
I'm okay.
So we're vibing.
Just like gripping the fucking like.
Actually, I'm good.
You see that? You remember that old classic TikTok or Vine back in the day? Vine was
Yeah.
the goat shit.
It was.
And it's the guy, and he's like on top, he's like on a hike, and he looks at the guy, and he's like, she's like, hi, and he's like, okay.
Yeah.
That was me. That's what I felt like just then.
Tilt that down a little bit so we get a little higher peak on that nice voice of yours. And then
Like that?
I love that.
Is that better?
I think.
Yeah, like
I think it meant
imagine
tilted.
imagine you're about to
Don't
eat it.
don't even continue. Don't.
Imagine eating
Just
ice cream.
imagine you had to eat it. Yeah, I wasn't. Hey, you put that thought in your head.
I did.
there.
Obviously, I did. It's you.
Yeah.
It's going down that way.
Yeah.
Is this good?
Yeah. I don't know. You know what?
Well, I
You-
tilted it more.
You look good doing it, so that's
Thanks,
all that matters.
Thanks. Well, actually, that's not all that matters.
Yeah,
There's-
they need to hear us.
There's a lot of other major components
To a attractive
to an
human
audio
being?
podcast. Yeah.
To an audio I'm like, I thought we were getting deep, but I'm like, yeah, human being, it matters on what's on the inside. You're like, yeah, an audio podcast format needs a little more than this. Holy fuck. I got a question for you boys.
Yeah.
You get 2 choices.
Okay.
Oh, here we go.
You
Is
go to
this a stay or go, or
no,
is
no,
this
just hear out the question.
I'm
You
done.
go to jail for 1 year. You can't be killed, but everything else is on the table.
So you can get shanked.
Shanked.
Okay, so now what kind of money are you offering me?
No. Or
How much?
$20. Or you go to jail with a Rubik's Cube, and you're allowed to leave as soon as you solve it. Which one are you choosing? Jail for the year or jail with the Rubik's Cube?
Rubik's Cube.
Yeah. Has to
Bull
be.
call, Cotton. We'll see if it pays
Dude,
off for him.
you get a full year to just dedicate your
Alright.
life to solving one thing.
No, you don't get a year. You're either in jail for the year, or you're in jail until you solve the Rubik's Cube.
Could be
So
like
if it
10
takes
years.
if it takes you 25 years to figure out that fucking cube, you're fucked. So, which one?
I go to fucking jail for a year.
But it could also be like 2 weeks.
If you're good at the
If you-
Rubik's
Yeah,
Cube.
but I don't think I can figure that shit out.
Like
Boys, I'm
10 seconds.
colorblind.
Would you be able to dial in and get it figured out?
I've never solved the cube before, but I feel like the jail has a library where you can like learn how to do it.
You could do,
Or-
but here's the only
Okay,
thing. Here's
that's
the only
fair.
thing. You have.
I
the-
was thinking no resources.
No. You're in jail, so whatever resources the jail gives you. Now this is the penitentiary, so let's calm down with your. You're not.
Okay,
Yeah, I don't think there's a Rubik's
Yeah.
Cube for
They've been
Dummies
around.
book in there.
yeah.
They have computers.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, they definitely don't have computers. You think
There's
They
a
get internet
jail?
access. What?
dude? They get
jail.
Yeah.
No, they don't.
Dude,
Not
they
with
all
cell
get
phones,
fired up to
anything.
go to work.
Okay, well I'll call
Not
a friend.
fucking
You
computers.
can't. But see, so
If I was making like 15 cents an hour and you think they got computers?
I feel like we're stereotyping against jails right now because I feel like they have internet access.
maybe in like the
Not-
software
Not
ones
for
where the
not
buys
for
that
the
like
inmates.
Not for like
Yeah.
the prisoners.
yeah.
They don't get. They don't get to see the internet. They don't know the fucking news that's going on in the world.
It's jail, Josh. They don't get to like.
They're
You're not
completely
texting.
outside.
You're not texting the boys like in
It's like saying
jail.
they don't have television.
They have a television, but you can't
You
communicate.
only get like
with-
dedicated.
But you can't communicate with the outside.
see,
That's
let me
why
see.
there's like. Have you ever watched Prison Break or anything? Like you're not allowed to have a cell phone or anything. Now,
Yeah,
if
'cause
you
you
want to,
gotta
now if
communicate
you
with
want to do
people.
some shit with the mob and get a cell phone in, sure. But then you're in debt to the mob, and then when you're out, like
I'll pay them back.
no,
pay them back. No,
you
no,
pay
no.
them back with your life.
you pay them back with some, like you can kiss your future goodbye.
New set of friends, sick.
You fucking take that back right now.
Yeah, it's like fuck these guys.
As he's on his cell phone.
What are you doing over there?
I'm
listening
trying
to
to
me.
find out about this. I'm trying to figure
What?
out.
I can message Donahue right now.
100%.
I can find out. I can
I'm like
find out.
50% confident.
No, there's still no internet access for prisoners in Canadian prisons.
No.
All right, well,
So you could use resources. So let's say you find an inmate
But some
who
boy's
says,
got that
"I know
cell
how to
phone.
do
There
it."
you go.
He got
But
that
then
cell
you're in
phone.
debt to that inmate, and who knows where that guy's been or what he's done.
dude, man,
He
I'll
could be a
just
nice guy.
send them shit to his jail like PO box like once a month. Be like, here you go. Here's some fucking like cookies or whatever he wants.
Go and visit him, give
That's the
him.
deal. For a year, I'll just send him shit.
Yeah, but then they just crumple him up, and then he gets shanked because he got
what are you
cookies.
talking
He got the
about?
fucking golden Oreos.
Why is it a year? Because you could be in jail
I'll
for
just make a
20
deal
years
with them,
without
like,
Yeah,
He's
he was
gotta
just making
solve
up a
this re-
deal.
Man, who even knows? Maybe I'll get him to solve it.
That as long you have to do it. As long as you are the person that moves the pieces, you're fine. You can figure out any way to figure out how to do that once
I
you're in
feel
the
like
jail.
you'd probably
but
get
you
out of
can't-
there inside
It's like a
year.
first date
Yeah.
when like
Yeah, I
the
feel like
guy's
you'd
teaching the
figure it
girl how
out
to like golf
eventually.
swing, and he's just like behind you, like touching
Yeah.
like, my hands. Is it for me?
Here, let me show you how it's done.
Yeah.
No, baby, no. You do
Listen,
it wrong.
I'm not saying that's a valid
No, you're
point.
not
I'm
supposed
just
to do it
under.
like that.
I think two things are happening right now. I'm not saying that picking the Rubik's Cube isn't the better play,
year
but I
bonus.
do think you're underestimating two things. One, how hard it is to do that, and two, if there is randomly someone in there that knows how to do it, the amount of debt you'd be into him.
I've
Like,
watched 5-year-old kids fucking solve Rubik's cubes. How
I've
hard
also
can it
watched
be?
5-year-old kids be concert pianists.
I
on the
never watched
fucking,
a
like, what are we
5-year-old
talking
kid be
about?
in jail
There's
for a
like
year.
There's like a pattern though. It's like if you're thrown in jail with no idea that you
The
have to
pattern,
do it.
yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Is I'm not saying there isn't
I don't
resources.
think there's. I don't think it's not like there's.
It's
like
not
a science
common
to it.
knowledge.
It's
There's
just,
not
it's
a dude.
pattern. It's a like a fucking.
It's like math.
I'm just
feel
saying
like-
I don't really think there's a guy in jail. Maybe I'm stereotyping the
You are
inmates.
definitely.
There's like
But
a
I don't
trillion
there's
think-
obviously
different
a
ways you
bunch
can like
of smart
spin
people
it,
in
though.
jail.
But it's not about being
All I
smart.
know is that I've only ever did one side of a Rubik's cube. One.
That's what I'm saying.
You just
That'd
got
be
times
tough.
that by 6.
Why you ever done that?
No,
Never tried?
I never.
They're actually
Tried.
pretty
You ever Rubik's
cool when
Cube?
you start.
I don't, but we can get
All right,
one.
we gotta.
Do you have?
I,
Oh
don't,
no,
I do not have a Rubik's cube. I think
thought
I
you
know
Did, man.
I think
really-
I'd know.
I genuinely thought you did.
That's what you need.
a Rubik's cube.
Yeah, that would finish your whole setup off. Pull downstairs.
Yeah, just the
get a
Rubik's cube. Aaron.
Yeah, like a completed one, just sitting right there on the desk.
See, I'm
Yeah,
surprised
buy
Hags
it
doesn't have one.
completed.
Man, like your ADHD.
Don't
like,
scramble it up.
fuck
Just take
with
it out of the
shit.
pack.
I
Lay
got-
it down.
What do I got that's like that? I got some shit, but nothing crazy.
I feel like you would just be like fuck with that instead of like going on like YouTube Reels or something. You just be like fuck with a Rubik's cube.
Nah, nothing gives the dopamine hit like YouTube Reels, man.
No,
YouTube
that's what
Reels.
you
is
gotta
shit.
Actually, there is something that gets it rolling better. It's called TikTok.
No, but he quit.
YouTube
He
Reels
quit
better.
TikTok, man.
YouTube Reels is way better.
Filters out the shit TikToks.
Filters out the dumb dances and the stuff that just makes me want to fucking commit and just gives me content that I like.
Oh yeah.
A lot of poker. I'm on a poker fix right now. I'm watching Daniel Negreanu review hands 24/7. just literally.
Preparing for tomorrow, hey?
I don't even want
Review
to. Yeah.
hands.
Yeah, so he
Yeah, like-
reviews hand. He does. He has a huge whole YouTube channel about it. It's sick, like 20-minute videos where he goes
20
through
minutes?
like a hand and he
Oh,
talks
that he
about
played?
yeah, or other people and like on TV,
And he
and he
just, like,
talks about like
studies
the
them.
theory about it, and he says like what could have been done differently and what he's thinking during that, and like all this kind of stuff. It's really it makes you think.
That's very interesting.
My problem with it though is like there's a level, there's like a threshold where like I don't care anymore. It's just entertainment. So like, it's like cool when he's talking about like my thought process, and then he's like, yeah, but my range is this, and I'm like that. Then I'm like, yeah,
I'm
no.
just picturing you like watching the video for 3 minutes, a 20-minute video for 3 minutes, and you're just like staring at it for the rest, not like absorbing anything.
Well, that's dude. My problem
Just
is like,
picturing that. 'Cause I do that shit all the time, man.
I do too, man. I'd be on my phone for the last 5 minutes of a video, just not watching the video, and then I'm like, oh fuck, let me rewind.
Man,
my problem is just
It's like, oh,
doing.
shit, I
That
missed
happens
it.
to me for movies all the time. I
Yeah.
get like sidetracked on my phone. I'll go back.
Yeah,
I'm just like, oh fuck, I missed like last like 5 minutes.
But my problem, I think this
the
is
last
worse.
half hour.
I think it's worse for me only because my primary source of content is YouTube. Like I watch long format videos, but sometimes I'll be watching YouTube on the TV and then just start watching YouTube shorts on my phone, and it's like, what am I doing? Like,
YouTube podcast.
yeah, it's
I'm
like
watching 2 YouTube videos at once.
None of the
my
YouTube
account's
absorbing
none of it. It's gone.
None of the YouTube videos that I watch are like, under like 10 minutes.
Zach's there watching like Fail Army,
I never watch that shit.
We should put that
American
on now.
Home Videos.
No.
I watch.
My YouTube is like, so it's like the wrestling YouTube channel I follow. Like they do reviews and all that shit and like news
Reviews of
stories.
what?
Like the matches.
Like shows and matches. Yeah, like to review the matches. So like Royal Rumble was this past weekend. So like
Okay.
every show they do like Raw, SmackDown, AEW, Dynamite, and then like a pay-per-view. To
Well,
do
like, what is
five,
the criteria of reviewing that?
like they just go through the thing and like almost like
A
say if
breakdown?
you missed it and you want to know what happened, I'd tell you to go watch them.
I
And
see.
they're just super entertaining.
It's a game in 6. So like highlights.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
And then
Got
they'll
it.
also do like news stories. So like say if like something's going on where there's like a bunch of like fights going on backstage and stuff, like egos and all that shit. They'll go in through all that.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So
That
it's
And then it's all
Just
like
watch
first.
wrestling.
Then it's all like First Take and like Skip and Shannon.
Podcast.
No. Like the show, like First
Clips.
Take, ESPN. Yeah, the clips.
I hate
yeah.
Skip and Shannon. I watch First Things First.
Wasn't Shannon gonna like knock
Who's
the head
on
off
that?
Skip?
First Things First is Nick Wright, Chris Bruce.
Oh no.
They're way better.
I get those guys away from me. I hate them.
No, I think they actually, in my opinion, I think they actually have legitimate takes. Skip and Shannon is just a stupid shouting match trying to see who can get the most reaction.
Skip. Come on, Skip.
Skip Bayless
Skip.
is
Like,
Come on,
I'm not saying they don't.
stupid.
I'm not
Don't
saying
do
they,
that to me, Skip.
I'm not saying they don't have like some bullshit takes and like the media spin on it. But when you look at like what they're saying, like they bring up a bunch of stats, like they talk about the actual sport, whereas like Skip and Shannon is
Scare the
literally
shit out of me.
Skip and Shannon.
Skip and Shannon sucks. This is all I'm gonna say.
I definitely understand it. It's definitely more entertainment based, but I like Skip, and I find Shannon's wicked, and it's just hilarious to me how they could start talking about like something, and then it just automatically gets brought into is Michael Jordan better than LeBron James? It's fucking hilarious. Apparently, there's like some fuck
Like once
stat that I
episode?
seen. Mark sent it to our group chat, and it was like some fucking crazy stat on how many times out of their so many segments that LeBron was said in amongst every segment they've done.
Because he hates LeBron, right?
Skip hates
Skip.
him and
Yeah,
Shannon
so
loves him.
Shannon loves him, and then Skip is doing his job and being like the
Being a
other guy.
dick.
Yeah, being the guy.
Now, to be fair, he was the other guy before Shannon ever.
Yeah,
got
he
there.
always
like,
was.
He's always hated.
Yeah, he was same
LeBron.
way because him and Stephen A. Smith used to be on First Take, and then he got all the money and then went and did the thing with Shannon Sharp.
Yeah, he left and went to Fox, and then
Yeah.
no, sorry,
It's Fox, isn't it?
no. Stephen A. left for ESPN. It wasn't the other way around.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, no. Not First Take.
No, Stephen A. was always on First Take.
Yeah,
So Shannon or Skip left.
yeah.
For
Skip
Fox.
left for Fox. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think.
Either way, it is what it is.
We don't know shit about shit. So
No
yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
Either way, it's entertainment at the end of the day. But like for me, it's all like I'll watch like a bunch of sports media stuff.
Sorry.
It's fun. Bunch of sports media stuff, a bunch of golf stuff, and then some like different like
I
anime
love a
shit
good
and stuff.
sandbagger.
Sandbaggers are good.
I like
I like
foreplay.
I
I
like
like
watching
good,
good, good, and
good. I
Good,
love
good.
Bob Does Sports is my
Good,
favorite.
good.
Do you guys watch?
Good, good is good. Yeah.
Never heard of it.
Do you guys watch Bob Does Sports?
That's the guy that does the impressions, right?
He's Hilarious.
Like the guy that follows the tour events.
Sometimes,
and he always like says saying shit to the boys.
He's like, "Oh, I've never seen a stride like he compliments them, but like
as
in a
he's
funny way."
as they're walking to the next hole. He'll-
Yeah, he's like
I've seen
he's
that
like
guy.
Yeah.
he's like never a bad day when Tony Finu's on the prowl.
And sometimes they give him like a wave and a smile. And he's like,
Yeah. But no, he does actual like course vlogs. It's him, his buddy Joey Cold Cuts, and Fat Perez because he looks like Pat Perez, but he's really fat. But Fat Perez is like a scratch golfer, and the other two are like mid 15.
Pat Perez is on the
14
live
handcuff.
tour.
I
Yeah,
wish
and
that-
he followed him once, and he was like, he's just like, "It's never a bad day when you're Pat Perez, is it?"
Yeah,
Something like
it's
that.
good.
fucking
He's really
hilarious.
funny. I'd recommend him. If there's anyone here that's like thinking about getting into golf YouTube or you guys, watch those guys first because it's almost more comedy than it is golf. But then you just find yourself getting into the golf side of it too. Like they just signed with Callaway and shit, so like they're doing pretty good for themselves.
Yeah.
Fun fact though, speaking about golf, because I want to be golfing, but we can't because it's fucking cold all the time. And that made me think. Okay, what would you rather do? Only eat and drink hot food and beverages or cold food and beverages. And just so I can narrow down the loopholes, you cannot get something that is first served hot and then let it get cold. So you can't get like steak and potato, let it get cold and then eat it because it's cold. It's the primary way it's served. So if it's a food that you cook and it's normally served hot, yes, is that. And for sandwiches, you cannot toast the buns for cold.
Oh.
And for water, you have to drink warm water or cold water.
That's just mean. Water.
It's an
Who drinks
impossible.
warm water?
Who only wants to eat cold food ever again?
A lot of people drink room temp water, which I first thought was weird.
Can we list
Room
what?
temp water's good.
I know, but I thought it was weird because I like cold.
No, room temp's so much better.
See? There
Room
you go.
temp's my favorite.
I
water.
like it chilled. I don't like it
Yeah,
cold.
Chilled water.
Yeah, I don't
Like,
like it cold.
This
room temp
this
water.
has I put ice in this before I left, and it's like minus 15. I like cold.
No.
like-
I'd be like, oh, that's like I can drink cold water, and there's a certain moment when you're like, ooh, I like the quench. But for me, if I'm just like, I need a glass of water, I turn on the cold water tap, let it run for like 5-10 seconds, and then put it under.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Yeah. Like
It's
I
not
don't.
room temp.
That's
That's
no,
cold.
That's chilled.
That's
That's
chilled.
Yeah,
probably
okay, there you
go.
chill. It's definitely not cold. Like I don't want ice, and I don't want
So,
it to
yeah,
be
no,
like.
no, no.
Yeah.
I don't want it to feel like it's like burning. You know
We're
when you
talking
drink like a
about-
really cold drink, and
That's
it, like hits you in the back of the throat.
I love cold Pepsi. Like cold Pepsi.
You like cold
I'd rather,
Pepsi.
well, you do. I'd rather like chilled water, but my soft drinks I like cold.
Freezing cold. Pop them in the freezer. They're just about to freeze, but you got to make sure that they don't pop when you crack it.
So the question is, do you like room temp Diet Pepsi?
How did we
Hit or
get off
miss.
my question so fast? But yeah, that's fair.
Oh, I don't
Room-
know.
Room temp Diet Pepsi.
I don't
Well,
think we
like-
can pick between hot or cold.
To me, I'd have to go
I
hot
gotta go
food
warm.
and drinks. I'd have to get used to like tea, I guess, or something, because I cannot eat cold food.
Yeah.
Can't
Like,
do it.
what is a good cold food? Like
So
ice
there's
cream.
Like what?
sandwiches.
Fucking ice cream?
Sandwiches,
Cold pizza.
sandwiches, dessert. No, cold pizzas. It
No,
doesn't count.
no
'cause it's
cold
served
pizza.
warm.
Oh, fuck, hot foods.
Yeah, you'd have to do hot foods.
That was,
no,
that was the
So
line.
the
Cold
only
pizza?
yeah. So
if
like
you start a pizza, there's a whole domino effect of foods that are served hot, but then
yeah,
Think
but
of
that's what I
every-
said.
it's
Is like
like eggs.
leftovers
You
don't
wouldn't be able
count.
to eat.
Like it's
so
it's
like
served.
like a
it's-
wrap, like a chicken wrap, like.
But you
You're-
can know because that's different because like you can get wraps that are meant to be served cold. A ton of them. Like
They
that's
suck.
normal.
They're the worst.
No,
Like
they're good.
sandwiches,
Cold
wraps, sandwiches,
Yeah.
wraps, salads. I would give a slight. In my head, I'm not sure if I would let it pass, but like maybe like a cold plate. But like that's the most.
Like potato salad.
Yeah, like you're not getting it. You're, like again, you can't get like a burger and fries. Let it get to like room temperature / half cold, and then crush it and say, oh, it's no. If it's meant to be served hot when you eat it, normally that's eliminated.
Okay.
See, there's a reason the human brain developed, and it's because humans learn how to create fire and be able to cook food. So I feel like picking cold food is just gonna set you back in the fucking.
You're just gonna start losing
You
brain
also
cells.
wouldn't have like any.
He's not gonna get the right nutrition.
You start
you
hunching
wouldn't have
over.
any fluids in you at all.
What do you mean?
We're just gonna go around drinking hot water.
No, warm water, like room temperature water.
I can drink room temperature. water?
No. Like it gotta be like
Fucking piss warm.
It got to be like,
you
yeah.
left it in the car for 3 days.
No.
No.
But you said it's food and drinks best served the way they are.
Yeah.
So-
but water is kind of in the middle, so it has to be warm water because you can boil water all the time.
Like
for
I'm
different
talking,
shit.
So it
you
has
have
to
a
be
glass of
boiled water.
Boiled water,
No.
you can let it get to a situation where you can drink it. But yeah, it's not like it's not room
I
temperature.
think you just changed this. I think
No,
you
it
changed
didn't.
the
like
That's,
story.
tea.
that's what I said. It's because
Yeah.
if that's the case, then technically cold water would be nothing. Like you can't do that
We got
because
cold-
you need to
Hear me out.
survive.
Hear me out, Ash.
Cold, room temp, warm.
There's
Room
no
temp-
middle. It's
Room
either
temp
cold.
water is when you leave the water out overnight on the table or something, and then you just go
It's
back.
room
But that's
temp.
not
Sucks.
warm. I'd never say that's warm.
That is
Like the
warmer
problem for
than
me is
normal.
I wouldn't be drinking anything. Like I hate hot drinks, but I hate cold food even more. But like the only hot drink that I like is like hot chocolate.
Do you
gonna
die from
drink-
dehydration or
or like
hunger?
You
I
die.
don't- whatever happens.
See, my problem
What?
was
Like, I
as
need to
much
be able
as
to
I
drink
want to do
water.
hot food, cold beer, cold Pepsi, cold water, cold like everything that matters. Every drink I like besides tea is served cold.
I don't like any hot drinks. Like I never
Inshore.
drink anything hot. Never.
Can't drink a milk product warm. I'll fucking
So,
die.
yeah, it's basically drinks versus food, like which one you like want more.
Yeah.
Not
pretty much.
necessarily though, because I think there is like a level to it.
No, that's what it is.
100%.
What
Yeah.
kind of good foods are there cold? Because like
I love sandwiches, boys.
I
would
like sandwiches.
crush
I like
I
sandwiches.
like hot sandwiches.
But I'm confused with your story.
So like a turkey dressing and mayo sandwich would be perfect. You
Wanna
just
toast
can't
but
toast
that's
the
supposed
bread.
to
I
be
wanna
that's
toast
supposed to
it.
be served warm.
No, it's not. A hot turkey sandwich is, but that's a different type of sandwich. I'm talking
You're
like
talking-
classic, like mayo on both sides of
No.
the bread dressing, because that is a
The
component.
turkey was served
Boys,
hot.
Yes,
no,
exactly.
You gotta cook
no,
turkey.
no,
You're not eating raw
yes,
turkey.
You're
no.
having cheese and
You're
fucking
allowed-
mayo sandwiches for
No,
the rest of your
no,
life.
boys, you're misinterpreting the question. You're misinterpreting the
I
question.
think you're
think
putting
you're putting too many
extra.
rules.
I know what I'm
putting
talking
extra
about.
stuff on.
Okay,
Hags, this is what Hags does.
I don't do shit. You
He
guys
asks
are
you
not
a
listening to
question.
the question.
He asks you a totally fair question, and then
Yeah.
you just give your preferred answer.
And he says, "Here's
And
why
then
you're
he's like,
wrong, man."
Let me make this more hard. And I go, okay, still this.
No,
okay,
I get
let
the
me make
floor
this
first,
even
Josh.
harder.
I want the floor. I
Hags
get the
goes,
fucking floor.
"Dude,
I'm taking
My
the top of
Hags
the
goes,
pillow.
can I drink water?
My hands
Only
Zach,
if it's
shut
boiling
up.
hot.
Shut up. I said it is the way the food item is meant to be served. There is food items like a sandwich that is served cold. Yes, I understand there's a portion of it that needs to be cooked, but that's like saying that you couldn't have anything that has eggs in it because you couldn't like fucking cook the egg. Like that makes no sense what you're saying. I'm saying you can't take items
We're
that are
so
meant
trolling,
to
and he's getting
be
really upset over
served.
it.
But you guys are calling me up saying I always do this. It's a simple question.
Well,
Hey, to be fair, Zach called you, not me.
I did. I called you out, but I was more so trolling because this wasn't even an example of when you do it. The next time you do it, I will point it out.
do it. That's fine. But I
Alright.
was like, that's how the only. I was like, oh yes.
No,
this
it's
is
just
not
totally
bad.
fair question.
I think I just commit suicide is my answer.
Fair.
All right, I have my answer.
Yeah.
I would try to solve the Rubik's cube.
But if I solve the Rubik's cube,
Can I have
can I have both food now? Can I have cold drinks and warm food?
Yeah, no, I would pick
It's
I'd pick cold shit. I'd pick cold shit.
I would pick the Topsail Bluff.
no parachute.
Like, I need a ruling on the
trip.
water.
Room temp.
If it's room temp hot all day. Even a bit warmer in room temp, I'd do it.
It gotta be annoyingly warm.
Well,
it doesn't
what
have to
about-
be boiling,
I'm
but
gonna
it
go
has
back.
to be. It has to
Yeah.
be like imagine if you
Poking
were
holes.
drinking your shower
I'm
water.
gonna poke holes. Beer is meant to be served cold,
Yes.
so like
So it's
the
cold.
temperature of a warm drink for beer, temperature supposed to be served at is cold.
Yeah.
So what if I pick warm stuff?
You can't
Technically,
have
you
beer.
can't buy
you
warm
can't have
water.
beer.
You can buy
Well,
chilled
then you
water.
can't have a fucking turkey sandwich cold because it's cooked.
No, because the property is not there. Anyways, I
You're
don't want to
tired?
get in this. I don't want to go down this rabbit hole, but that's just not true. Because there's yeast in a beer. Okay, so that means that if you pick warm or you pick cold, you actually can't have beer because the yeast is fucking in it, and that needs to be heated up to make it fucking work. And then you put that in the beer, and you wouldn't have any beer with hops. Like you're not making any sense, Josh. It's the fucking item served the way it is. Fuck off.
So technically,
I kinda
cold
got
pizza,
that, though.
Thank you.
So
Yeah.
technically, cold pizza is supposed to be served cold. Fuck you.
Ah,
Leftover pizza.
leftovers.
If
Cold
Leftovers
I
is the
prefer-
definition of.
I prefer leftovers cold.
I prefer leftovers warm.
You're fucking.
I'm just saying. You said
Yes.
a turkey sandwich is
Yes.
supposed to be served cold.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes, because that is ready a sandwich. It is not leftovers. It is a sandwich. It is a
Pizza's bread with shit on it.
Just fold it
It's
in
a half
two.
sandwich.
What if I cut it in
Do you
two and
hear
put it on
what-
top of each
anyways,
other?
anyways,
What
I
about
can't-
pressure cookers?
That's
You're
a
technically
pizza
not
sandwich.
heating it up. You're pressurizing it so it gets heated up.
You know,
What about air fryers? What do you think of those?
if you can't stick your hand in it for more than 10 seconds without making it burn, I don't think you can use the device to quote unquote cook food. But anyways, I'm done.
What
I
is
can't-
cold?
What really? You know, it is the Matrix though. Like, what is cold?
Absolute zero.
That's what your
dry
food has
ice?
to be served as.
Yeah, absolute zero. You
Yeah.
actually have to just eat dry ice and kill yourself.
Jesus. Oh
All right,
boy.
move on.
Holy
Move on
fuck!
from this.
Oh.
What were we talking about?
Silliness. I just threw out a little would you rather to
Oh,
keep the
yeah.
vibes going, and then it devolved. It devolved real fast.
Do you have another one?
Zach is Zach's all in.
Zach can't see me, but he's
Zach
asking
is
to see
so
another
dialed
one.
right now.
I love it though.
Give me another one.
I'm gonna look some up right now.
You want to look some up?
Mhm.
You can go ahead.
I liked Hags ones because they last for like 15-minute debates.
Yeah, the debates have nothing to do with the question.
The boys just like
at
to
the
rant.
end of it, we're talking about with the Rubik's Cube one. What were we talking about at the end of it?
I don't know.
Something
Here we
completely
go.
off topic.
This is a
Golf.
good one. Number one on this top 250 would you rather list.
Let's go.
Would you rather have the ability to see 10 minutes into the future or 150 years into the future?
10 minutes. No.
It's 10 minutes. It's
Yeah.
a practicality issue. I don't care what happens 150 years in the future because there's no way in hell I'm living that long. So
That's true.
Why?
Yeah, I go 10 minutes.
But like, hear me out.
Say 10 minutes?
Yeah, 10 minutes.
Can I do it like anytime I want?
Okay,
It's like spam it. Just literally just have a seizure, but you see in the next
Just
45.
live 2 lives.
Boys, the amount of money you'd
10
win off
minutes ahead.
sports betting is crazy.
all right. Let's change it to 10 years.
The amount of money you'd win off sports betting is crazy.
10 minutes or 10 years?
10
I would.
years.
Hey,
I
10
go 10
years.
minutes. I go 10
we got a
minutes.
split here. Think of the futures you could put on.
That's what I was about to say. The 10 years would be so much
Yeah,
money.
but
in
then you
10
have to
years.
wait 10 years.
Think about
I would
going
wait-
to
You
Bitcoin.
could go to 10 years and then research the past winners.
Jail.
What?
Yes, I agree.
So
what? No,
right
no,
now it's
no, no, no.
2023.
You can only see in the future. You can't be there
Yeah.
and do shit.
What are you talking? You're not teleporting to the future. Jesus.
You're just seeing into
You're just
it.
seeing the future, like a That's So Raven.
Like a vision.
Like a That's So
yeah, like
Raven.
that's a raven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, 10 minutes is not very useful.
It is for quick like bets and shit if you want.
Is this question only solely on betting?
Well, it's
Well,
the only way. It's the
anything.
only reason you'd use it. If I'm being honest.
What
10
if,
minutes,
what if you're
yeah.
on? What if you're on like a first date and you want to see how it goes? You can just go 10 minutes.
10
ahead,
minutes.
See how you're
What
doing.
the fuck?
But see,
What
no,
are
no,
you
no,
doing
no.
at-
Here's
what
the
kind
thing.
of
Here's
progress
the,
are you getting at 10
no,
minutes?
that's the issue right there, Jail. You fell into the trap though. You can't do anything that would impact your own personal life on a standpoint of you have a direct cause to it. Like because here's the deal. Okay, hear me out.
Then betting's ruled out.
No, it's not because you're not actually impacting the game. You're not there punching Tom Brady in the face when he's going down the drive. So you're just making a abnormal bet. What I'm saying is if I looked in 10 minutes into the future and I see myself picking up this remote and then I don't pick up the remote, I have thus changed the future. So there's a fucking loop there. Whereas if I see that in 10 minutes, fucking Brad Marchand scores a goal, so I hammer Brad Marchand, I'm not impacting. He's in fucking Ontario right now. I can't impact that sitting on my couch in my boxers wishing I was jacked. Can't do that.
Man, he explains shit like really well,
He does explain things very well.
like in the most fucked up way. But I understand
I'm
that.
just thinking like The Big Short.
Yeah, that's why I want 10
You're
years.
thinking small picture here, boys.
Yeah.
Betting, sports betting. Imagine being able to predict the fucking housing economy, or was it the
housing crash
crisis?
or whatever.
Yeah, you have
2008 housing crisis.
generational wealth then.
You are shorting it and making like billions of dollars.
Well, that's why I said I'd want 10 years is because I
Generational
literally
wealth,
just
yeah.
imagine when Bitcoin was on the rise and you look 10 years to see what the
2011
peak
buying
was.
Bitcoin, Jill. Imagine
Yeah.
you're like
Over.
8,000 times in your money. Easy.
More than that.
$10.
Is it more than
10,
that?
Yeah, I
10
think
minutes.
so.
10 minutes is for pussies. That's what 10 minutes is for.
80,000?
10 minutes. 10 minutes is for the guy that's about to fucking like shit himself because he doesn't know if his $50 is gonna hit on his rob.
Like one Bitcoin was selling for like 80 grand.
Oh yeah,
And
it's
people
crazy.
had like
2021,
hundreds
yeah.
of them
Yeah.
Yeah.
in their fucking
Dude,
like thousands of them
Dude,
on
it
like
was
old
like
drives.
I remember I googled this the other day actually because me and a coworker were talking about it. In like 2011, if you brought $100 worth of Bitcoin, you had like I think it was 17 million.
More than that, I'd say.
Yeah, like it was crazy.
This, I dealt with a fuck ton of clients, obviously, and one guy sat in front of me, and he was telling me about how he had like money issues, blah blah blah. He's like going to school. He had fucking Bitcoin on an old flash drive that he can't find.
That's emotionally damaging.
Like he was like hard into it in like 2013 and shit, and like bought a few.
How do you lose that? A flash drive.
He might have just thought at the time, okay, it's just some other bullshit that I tried to buy. and
Not
now
even
it's
that. He
garbage
probably
again.
just forgot what flash drive it was on and just throw it out. Like,
Yeah.
If you're,
There's
if you're
like
that
3
careless with
USB
that shit,
sticks over
you don't
there.
deserve
Yeah, like
money.
if I had like a flash drive, I'd just keep it by my computer.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
but what maybe
what are
he
you doing?
maybe he
you just-
moved or some
yeah,
shit.
that's what I mean.
And
Like
also-
that'd be the only situation where I think you'd lose it. You'd see it there and you'd just be like, ah, fuck it.
And like I have a couple things on a flash drive, and he might have just put some music on it and brought it to like a friend's house and forgot to like because Buddy wanted some music or some shit. You know what I mean? Like there's so many ways to lose a flash
But
drive.
the whole purpose of buying Bitcoin is it's gonna like grow in value.
yeah,
So
but
if you're like erasing that, then like,
But if a year goes by and you're like, fuck, well, it didn't do anything.
yeah,
I think the more realistic scenario is like Bitcoin was worth like $1, and you bought like a pizza at 20 Bitcoin, and that's like worth like I don't know, like $5 million now.
Yeah.
yeah, it's kinda
That's the
crazy.
one where you're probably like killing yourself.
Oh yeah, if you spent it on something dumb,
Yeah.
you're like, man, I got this sick keychain.
I feel bad
to
for those
Bitcoin."
people. For people who lost it, I don't feel bad at all.
That did happen though. Like
Wasn't
when Bitcoin like first like came in.
Oh,
Like
yeah, you could
2011,
buy- dude, they were
Someone
Peter's
bought it
pizzas.
on 4chan. They bought a pizza on 4chan.
Yeah.
With Bitcoin.
Yeah. And now they're kicking their.
Yeah, they literally
they're
are
probably
ripping
not
themselves.
alive.
Probably not a lot.
But to be fair, if they did buy that many in 2011, they probably still got a fuck ton more.
I don't
Depends.
know, man.
Yeah.
You never know.
Buys be crazy.
Anyway.
I got another one. Would you rather have telekinesis, which is the ability to move things with your mind,
Mm-hmm.
or telepathy, the ability to read minds?
Read minds. easy
Read
game.
minds.
Easy game. Wait, I have a question.
I'd like to move things.
No. Okay.
I'll allow it.
The comic book guy in me has a couple questions.
Okay.
What's the ruling on telekinesis? Is it similar to like normal muscles? Like, can you lift any object, or is it based on your
Telepathy?
actual, like your mental, like, so like for
Like,
example,
are you
there's some,
Magneto?
yeah, like there's some versions. Well, he actually can only move things with magnetism, but that's a different
Metal.
conversation. So like in some instances, telekinesis, like I'd actually have to like it's like working any other muscle. Like I wouldn't be able to just lift this couch without like even trying. Like you need to actually like have that
No,
level
you
of
can
strength.
look at shit and move it with your eyes.
No, don't matter what it is.
Yeah,
Like
don't,
the weight of
you
it,
can
so I
move-
could
you
lift a dump truck and just be like,
Yes.
loser.
I want to say, all right,
Really?
official
Yes.
ruling.
That's what it is.
It's like going to the gym and like working on your muscles. Like you start off not being able to lift heavy stuff, but the
Yeah,
more you
so
do
you
it,
can move up. Okay.
can-
So is
you
the
can improve
scale
it.
is the
the
scale
more effort
large?
you put into it.
And then, so for reading minds, in the same way, it would be like being able to like get into people's deeper thoughts and crazy shit. Is like the more you
Yes.
practice it and stuff. Reading minds.
Yes.
Reading minds.
Yeah, reading minds.
Aha. Telekinesis is a hypothetical psychic ability allowing a person to influence a physical system without physical interaction.
Yeah, but that's not the
not the
question.
question,
That
no.
means that hey, guess what, Jay? You see how you're holding your phone there?
Yes.
That's called a physical interaction.
Exactly, but it says without physical interaction.
So imagine if you let go and your phone was still in the air.
Exactly, that's what I mean.
Yeah, so
yeah,
Hags
but what I'm
is
saying is
that-
like there's a
That's telepathy.
what jail is saying is that it doesn't like do anything to you. Like you can just move with your mind. without
yes,
moving.
but that doesn't change the fact that there's still a level to it of like if you can do anything, you could move a fucking mountain.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just picturing Hags being a sleeper agent again, just like fucking murdering people.
Oh yeah, I could. You could way worse, but
We're gonna go down the
but-
rabbit hole again. Of like if it's moral.
Yeah,
or,
no, like you could you
quality
could
of
do way
life.
more damage with telekinesis, but telepathy,
Why do you want to do damage?
I wouldn't want to. I'm just saying you could. Never said I wanted to. Just said you
Just
could.
saying
I
it's
forget.
possible.
I think it was like that's how he made money. He was like working for the U.S. government.
Oh
or
yeah, when I
something.
was teleporting, so smart. It's such a good moneymaker. $200 million in my bank account yearly.
Which one
Easy.
do you think the U.S. government would value more?
More than that.
What?
More than 200 million.
No,
Anyway,
I just
we're not
want.
getting
I
back
just
into
want a
it.
quarter of their. I just want a quarter of their military budget, no matter
We're
what
getting
superpower. I
Okay, so
had.
16 trillion.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'd pick. I feel like
If you're asking me what the U.S. government would prefer, telekinesis or telepathy, like in terms of reading people's
They
minds,
would want
torture.
telepathy.
they would want to read the mind so fast. Can you imagine
Mm-hmm.
if I could just never needed any sort of intelligence ever, and I'm just sitting there zooming in on people, just fucking.
they have methods of getting that information out with like torture and stuff. They don't
Yeah.
have methods to move shit without touching it.
That's true. That is a true fact. That is a good way of looking at it. I
But, like,
love how
what's the
this podcast
purpose?
has basically turned into what secret government fucking facility can we figure out how to make perfect next?
We're all dreaming here. We're dreamers.
Yeah, but only about how the U.S. government could shaft over the rest of the world.
Not even the Canadian government.
No, fuck no. What's
We
Trudeau
have no
gonna do?
power.
What's JTF2
In the
gonna do?
world.
Get out of our shitty one helicopter we
fucking-
have, and
Never
like,
mind.
fucking the rope falls off, and they fucking like I don't know.
I was gonna say something. I'm gonna shut my fucking mouth.
Yeah, don't say it. No, I want to hear it.
Oh no, you can't do it. I
No,
tried.
I
No.
say it.
Save it for the PPP, the,
Yeah, the
post
PPP.
post pod production.
Yeah, post-pod production.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a simple game though.
PPP come with some RFFs.
Here's a
I want some of those right now, man.
here's an interesting question for you. Speaking of this kind of stuff like powers, that kind of thing. If you could like kind of just have imagine you could what part of your body, if you could, would you want to be like the best version of that? So example like I could make my hands like elite at everything I want to do with my hands. So like
My hands.
movement, like
My hands.
fucking
Oh,
feet,
My hands.
legs,
My
there's
hands.
a lot.
My
let
hands.
him cook. Let him cook.
So like if I'm a soccer, if I want to be an athlete, I could say I have the best legs in the fucking world. So I'm super fast, super strong with my legs, just fucking playing shit.
I have a
crazy
question.
Sports. Or you could pick your brain, maybe. I don't know. Did that
I have a
just pop into my brain?
Was it one body part?
Yeah, one body part.
So does the leg count as a body part, or is it like foot, shin, thigh,
Ooh,
knee?
ooh.
Or does it come in a pair? Like you use your hands together,
Mm.
or is it just one?
I would say
hand?
like hands, arms, legs.
feet,
Is feet different than legs?
Yes.
eyes.
Yes, your feet.
So you
and
could
your-
have really
Ears.
sick legs and not be able to kick a ball.
Yeah, but I'd probably be Usain Bolt.
Okay, that's not soccer.
I'd go
But I could be a
hands.
sick. I could be a sick fucking
Sprinter, yeah.
sprinter, and
I'll
I
go
could also
hands.
be a sick soccer player. If I'm the fastest in the world, I'm sure someone will make me figure
What about
out how to
brain?
kick. That's what I said just then. I was kind of debating that.
Did you say
Well, if
body
it's
part?
brain, no question. I figure
Because
brain
humans
was out.
suck at everything physical. Besides that, we're way smarter than every other animal.
Oh yeah, we're nothing like.
Imagine being
dude,
the smartest of the smartest.
Imagine if we were this smart but had the body of a gorilla. We would murder everything. Have you seen
That'd be
those?
chaos.
Dude, have you seen those brick shit houses? Imagine being in the Congo.
like,
you're
think-
running
think-
around with a spear. You just made your little fire, and you're like cooking a fucking like little chinchilla that you just killed, and all of a sudden
Eat
you
like
hear
fucking cock.
you turn over, and this fucking beast is not running at you on its legs. It's charging like, on its
Donkey
fucking hands and just fucking takes your ass out, man. You're done. I'm turning the spear and fucking putting it in me. Like, I
Not
can't
only
imagine that
it's like
shit.
lions. And
Oh,
like
anything like that,
hippos.
man.
Humans are so inferior when
Such
it comes to other
pussies, man.
species.
How
did we survive?
That's what I was about to say. Like, if I could
because
do
of our intellect, then we made
We ran away.
we made
No,
weapons.
you
ran away to other
We
continents.
made weapons and build fires and
Yeah, what the
But,
fuck's
like,
a spear gonna do in a
are
fucking
we-
pain
no,
coming
we're
at you?
fucked
Are
too.
we the jungle compared to the animals? Like when you think
Come
about
again?
when you think about the wild. Okay,
Yeah,
so in
Call of
the
the
wild. No, not Call of the Wild. Shitty fucking game.
Okay, the
Wildlife
environment.
Extreme?
great game.
When you think about the wild, like lions and fucking gorillas and shit. Like think of a gorilla in its environment. Okay, let's
Yeah.
say we were a band of gorillas.
Yeah, we're not
All
doing
right,
this.
all right.
We're throwing poop at each other.
Yes,
kind of
we're just
fucking-
so that's what I'm saying. You're just being dickheads, right?
Yeah.
Are the humans in the forest for gorillas?
No.
So like if we were gorillas and we look at humans,
Yes,
and
so
we look at the gorillas as their environment as the forest.
Yes.
Do the gorillas look at us in our environment as the forest?
No. The answer, I think
cities?
you're,
What do you mean
he's. I
cities?
know what he's talking about.
I got caught
Can you
off.
help me explain this?
Yeah,
Because
so
he knows
basically
what I mean.
he's trying to say is like habitat. Like you're looking at
Right.
each animal's habitat. Every animal has its own habitat. Is a gorilla smart enough to pick up on other animals' habitats and distinguish it from its own? And I would say no, because it's a marking of territory. It's not an establishment. It's not a cognitive ability like we look at it. Like it's the same thing as a
But
dog.
I'm saying, do the gorillas refer to it
No,
as the
because look at
forest.
it. Because a great way to
as
explain
the
this:
jungle?
any animal marks its territory. Look at it. Look at a
Absolutely.
dog pisses on a fucking tree, walks away. Another dog comes and pisses on it. Your dog will come back and like give a little spurt jab, piss on the tree because it's marking its territory. So gorillas mark their territory, but they are not necessarily looking at it as being like, oh, I'm not gonna go in that fucking city because this is a big ass city. They're just scared to go over there because no gorilla came
unnatural.
back. It's like yeah. So like it's not necessarily that they're looking at it the same way we do and being like, well, this is Toronto, that's Fredericton, and over there, well, that's the States. You don't go over there because bad things
That's
happen.
the jungle.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the jungle. But no, like I get what you're trying to say. I would say the answer is no. But you know what's really fucking scary? I can't remember when it was, but I saw an article there. Gorillas and mostly chimpanzees, but gorillas aren't too far behind, are officially entering the Stone Age. They've seen in the wild like chimpanzees creating tools from rocks and using them to smash stuff and like cut things off branches and like for food, and like if they're hunting something, they're like throwing stuff in it and like breaking it open and stuff. So like that's what we did.
So
is, like,
Planet of
we
the
made-
Apes is
You ever
gonna-
see the Planet of the Apes movie?
Yeah,
it's
so
gonna
like
become real
So
life.
fucking good, dude.
Yeah.
But see, here's a question for you. With the way our world's going, if at some point, is there a point where we recognize chimpanzees as having the same level of intelligence and rights as
Never.
humans?
There are slaves where it ever gets to that point.
I mean, is he wrong?
Josh, you ever see Planet of the Apes?
Yes. I've seen the first one.
That's kind of exactly what happened.
Kind of, and then the fucking
They
apes
overran them.
flip it
Caesar,
around.
man.
Because, but like seriously, if a gorilla if they wanted to fight us, they'd murder the shit out of us. Have you ever seen baby chimpanzees rip people's face off? Because that happens all the time. They will if you don't give you the
All
banana.
time, man.
If you don't give it, like these handlers, these people, like fucking Crikey Jiminy down in Australia, whatever his name is, his father died with the stingray. What's his name? That's not nice.
Steve Irwin. Steve Irwin.
Steve
Irwin.
Irwin. His whole family that run around there with their fucking big ass zoo and they're feeding alligators and shit. They kind of deserve to die because if you're
Think about it.
like if you're willing to walk up to a gator, slap its tail, go, "Hey Bruce, here's your fucking pound of flesh, Brucey boy, Brucey boy." Go home, like find it, do some math, like find a new hobby. Like that's psycho shit to me. I'm sorry. I saw a video the other day of a dude.
Was it a video or a YouTube reel?
It was a YouTube short of a guy. He had 2 king cobras, and he was the handler for these cobras, and he was like picking them up to put them back in their cage after cleaning it, and like the cobra was like in full fucking I'm gonna fuck you up mode, and he'd be like, whoa, and then he'd like grab the tail and like drag, and I was like, you're a psycho. Like you're like
I wouldn't fuck with that.
But like I love doing crazy shit. I love adrenaline. I mean, like skydiving, all that kind of stuff. But there's a certain level of like, yeah, as much as there's things that can go wrong and you're kind of crazy. What's going on now?
I'm looking up more Would You Rather.
Okay.
What's going on here?
As mu-
Let's take a picture.
He's doing a B reel.
it's actually a little Photoshop
Oh, we should
inside
have got the
production.
TikTok lives going.
But if you like, seriously, though, think about it. Am I the only one that thinks? How did this podcast go from me ranting to you fuckers all on your
Would
phones?
You Rather?
Or you could just listen to the conversation.
I'm listening. I'm listening.
I wanted to take a picture of him taking a picture.
But like seriously, am I the only one that thinks that that's not crazier than like jumping out of a plane? Because jumping out of a plane is a man-made object. Yes, it can fail.
There's
but
control
like you're creating
involved.
a system to fix that. You can't control a fucking king cobra. I can't walk into a gorilla's pit cleaning up some shit and not hope that the fucking thing just comes over and jukes me, like literally picks me up and does what it wants when it wants to me.
Only control matters when you have a fucking assault rifle.
But they don't. They don't have an assault
Well,
rifle.
if they start getting intelligent, then they will.
Oh, I'm not talking about the overthrowing thing. That was just me kind of posing a question. But I'm just talking about in general, like animal care holders that are dealing with these extremely dangerous animals. Like, they're not your chihuahua. It's a fucking venomous viper snake that has the fucking, like, agility reflexes and whatever you call it, where they, like, snap at you. Like, you're dead. You're done. You're gonna... That or it's like, what's the one where they gotta suck the venom out? That movie? It's like a comedy. But he gets bit and he's like sucking his balls because his balls swell up.
Yes, the brothers.
We the
brothers.
Millers. We the Millers.
Yeah,
Or
he
the
gets
Millers,
bit.
yeah.
He gets bit, yeah, by like a spider, I think it is.
I thought it was a.
I thought it was the brothers
scorpion.
Grimsby.
Wasn't it a scorpion?
Ooh, is this
Brothers Grimsby.
Oh no, that's like a poison.
a Mandela effect? What is it?
No, there's another movie.
Snake, tarantula, or scorpion?
I can look it up.
Interesting. I love when everyone's on their phones on the podcast.
What's going on?
Great
I just made a
content.
I'm doing stuff for the podcast. I'm not.
I just made a fucking fire Instagram story. Oh shit! I forgot to tag myself. I tagged you guys though.
Like from Second Round Pod?
You mean the guy that doesn't have Instagram? Yeah, sick.
Yeah, I know.
appreciate the
I was
tags, though.
doing it, and I was like, "Why did I even bother?"
But I appreciate it because it does make me feel like I'm included in the pod, whether I'm actually contributing.
Silly goose time. Let's go.
That's a good one.
Thanks.
It's a spider.
It was a spider?
It was a spider.
Interesting. So
Man,
what's plans for the weekend?
You
We
know
got,
what?
oh,
Well,
you go
actually,
ahead.
I
No,
was-
you go ahead.
Did you guys hear about the new movie coming out?
Plane?
Cocaine Bear.
Oh yeah, that's
What?
a true story though.
True story.
Yeah.
I heard.
So there's a movie coming out called Cocaine Bear, and it's a movie about a bear
No.
Just
that
coke.
steals and does a fuckload of coke,
Yeah.
and then runs around on a rampage
And
killing
murders
people.
But that's
What?
actually based on a true story where I think it's a cartel plane went down in like the fucking Ozarks or some shit, wherever it's to. I
it
could
was like Washington State.
Yeah, maybe it's something like that. And a bear stumbled across the coke, did it, and went on a berserker rage and was just running around high as fuck on a ton of
Oh my
coke.
god.
And like was murdering animals left, right, and center, and like I think it may have attacked someone. Now it's not like the movie. The movie, he's like sprinting down the highway, like fucking like.
I want to go see that. I want
We
to
all
go
gotta
see that
get
really
high.
bad.
Shit,
Yeah,
and go watch that movie.
Skateboard and Rat. We were watching a couple weeks ago. We seen the trailer for it, and that's the first thing they said. They're like, we all gotta go fucking see that.
Yeah.
And I was like, man.
When's that come out?
Half soon.
Yeah, sometimes I think February 13th or something. Like it's soon.
Okay, like next weekend.
Couple weekends. Yeah.
Yeah, Super
Yeah, what are you
Bowl.
guys
That's
doing
Super
on the
Bowl.
14th. Let's go see it on the 14th.
Is that Super
Okay.
Bowl?
No, it's Valentine's Day.
I'll go see it on Valentine's Day.
I would too. I would
Fuck Valentine's
so
Day.
I hate it.
Michelle killed
Danica
me.
I
got
hate
mad,
Valentine's
Danica got
Day.
mad at me because I told her we weren't doing anything for Valentine's Day, and she was like, "I can't." I was like, got a little tizzy, but we worked it out. So now we're doing something on Valentine's Day.
So you compromised.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you compromise.
So I told her we shouldn't do anything. We had a fight, and now we're doing something.
yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty
compromise.
much what you just said.
Yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I insinuated. I mean, she's letting me go to Tomorrowland by myself, most likely. So.
Oh, I meant to ask you about that. When I was on the way over here, I was
Yeah.
listening to that kind of music.
Yeah,
I want to know how much it is to go because I want to kind of go.
go with me right now. Buy a ticket. You
Right
can.
now, we got a 3-day pass, a bus back and forth
from
to,
Amsterdam.
Like the event from Amsterdam.
You're
so-
staying in Amsterdam?
No.
Zach's like, I'm going.
No,
No,
you
I'm not
know.
going.
So when we go there, we're staying a night. I think they're going to be in there longer. But when I get there, I'll be spending the day and the night in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Then the next morning, we get a bus that's paid for by this ticket. It's a 4-hour. It's like a 2-hour bus ride, I think, from Amsterdam to Tomorrowland itself in Belgium. We stayed then for 4 nights.
It's in Belgium.
Yes, and it's a 4 nights in a massive field where people camp. So we got tents,
Jail.
like you're camping. It's in jail. You can't.
It's the biggest EDM festival
I didn't
in the
even
world.
realize I was getting into it until I started watching vlogs after I bought the fucking ticket.
Yeah, like I was telling him about it, and he was like, "Oh, it's gonna be cool," and I was like, "No, you don't know, man. It's a different world."
It's a different world.
And then so 4 nights, and then you get the bus back to Amsterdam, or if you want, you can skip that bus and just fly home right from Belgium.
Have you
That's
like
what I'm
never?
gonna do.
You've never heard of this before?
No, I have, but like I don't know.
Jail. So after this, I'm gonna before you go, I'm gonna show you 2 videos real quick. I'm gonna show you the vlog of like the area, and I'm gonna show you for pre-ordering the tickets. We got an access to a 7-hour stream that they did. That's all digitally created, showing what the stage is going to look like with live DJs playing
CGI.
during it, like CG. It's nuts.
So you'll show me a 7-hour video
no,
before I go
no,
home.
no. I'll show you like 10 minutes of it, you dick.
Show them like the rehab.
Yeah.
So how
That
long
was
are you
sick,
going
bro.
for?
Rehab
Just 4
sick.
nights.
No.
I'm going to Europe for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So I'm doing 5 countries, but at the end, I'm gonna finish it off.
Did you
with a
guys?
bang.
Side note, just because I don't want to forget. Did you book your flights yet? Because I kind of want to book a flight home with you guys.
I'm gonna do that soon. Probably like next week.
Because what I was gonna do is book a 1-way to Amsterdam and then fly out of Belgium. No need to get our bus back to Amsterdam if you guys are leaving that.
No,
Monday.
we already paid for the bus back. I'm gonna
No,
fly to
because then you
Amsterdam.
got to take your bags to Belgium
Takes
when you're
more
going
mo-
to
takes more money,
Tomorrowland.
costs more money. No, you have
So
to.
I watched the video. I was like,
There's
what
lockers
the fuck am I
you
gonna do
can
in my
rent.
suitcase? There's lockers.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like everyone's
Yeah.
going around suitcases.
Yeah, no one. You don't actually like have any valuables in your tent. Like that'd be psycho.
That's
So,
the amount of fucking shit
yeah.
that goes down. I bet is
Yeah,
fucked.
it's
They have like
good.
a laundry list of shit that you can't bring
Yeah.
to this event.
Yeah,
And
Really?
there's $40 mints, which
yeah. It's gonna be fun.
There's what?
$40 mints.
Mints.
Well, yeah,
Which are
nice,
just drugs, but
nice mints.
but
nice
like they
mints.
call them mints so that
Everyone's
Yeah.
gonna be all
So
minty.
so the policy is there's no outside drugs allowed in, none at all. It's completely illegal. I have to get like a form to bring my medication in, but in there's vendors, and they sell some cool candy, and it's really nice.
Okay, so they're selling like fucking like hallucinogens and shit.
Like
And,
if
like-
I'll put it to you this way, if you were ever gonna try fucking drugs, this is the place to do it because like they literally like think about it. It's the biggest EDM festival in the world. What's the last thing they want? 17 overdoses at fucking Tomorrowland. So all they do is they fucking say no outside drugs allowed in under any circumstances. Bring in their own.
yeah, and then they're making money off
and they're
it.
making money off it and it's controlled.
Yeah, it's a smart
And,
idea.
like,
how's that?
I've
Like
seen
how's
a
that
price list,
legal?
Jail, and it's like 24 beer for 24 euros.
Yeah.
It's like beer's not even that expensive.
No.
Wow.
And then
Well,
tickets were about
You can pay for water for some
so tickets were $1,100 I think Canadian, 1,200 Canadian, but that's including your travel, your bus, everything. So then
Yeah,
all you
I-
need is planes, and I was looking at plane tickets, and they're about 1,200.
We gotta rent tents and
So
camping.
you're
gear.
about
We gotta
to do-
camp. Like we,
Yeah,
we
we're
have like a
camping.
3-night camping trip, but like,
Like in a tent, like a
field.
pop up
Yeah,
tent.
but it's like the big
no, like tents.
no, like tents, but like a camping
Picture like
tent.
top of the road. Everyone's getting together in
Yeah.
their tents.
yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah. But it's in like a area that like is
It's
dead.
off-
It's called
off, yeah.
Dreamville.
It's dream.
I feel like that'd be shitty.
so they probably
it's
well they
so-
probably
okay,
got it
Jim,
all
you don't-
done up
So
and shit. Though.
that's what we're doing. We're doing like the cheapest option, and then it,
You
like,
can spend like
scales
an
up.
so you can buy like a $3,000 one where it's like
More.
a wooden like structure.
How do you shower?
They have showers.
They have everything there.
Okay.
Yeah.
They have like whole like
Common area. They have common area. We can
areas.
get a bunch of cuisines. Like there's a village. It's called the Village. You leave Dreamville and go into the Dreamville Village, and it's
pretty
like
mu-
a
it's
fucking
picture like downtown.
Picture
Disney.
like an
Yeah.
all-inclusive resort is pretty much what it's like. Just like to a
except for
lower
you're sleeping
scale.
in a tent, and you can get hotels
And
if you
they-
want, but they sell out
The highest
immediately.
thing they have there, it's mansions. They have mansions out in the woods that like are like $50,000 or something.
Yeah,
crazy.
and you can have like 20 people stay there.
And it's
They
like
have a party
resort.
plane, Jail. I could have gotten tickets to a plane that flies from London to Belgium, and it has 2 DJs on it. And it's like a double-decker fucking plane, and it's called Tomorrowland, like the plane. And they also have a train that does the same thing, the party train. And it's DJs on the train. You get a 2-hour train ride, and you fucking sit there raving with everyone.
I had
It
no
is
idea
the
how big it
ultimate
was.
culture of like, let's have the craziest weekend of our lives. And I'm going by myself.
Where are we going, Josh?
And Josh and Michelle, but I'm going by myself.
He's going.
I'm going without my girlfriend, which is she's not very happy about it, but I understand why. But we're gonna be fine, and we're gonna have a great time.
So you're looking at like $3,000 maybe with like the.
For about 5 days.
That's essentially what I
Flight.
wanted to know.
flight,
much.
the weekend, and like probably the money you're gonna spend there is probably $3,000.
So we're
But it's for we get to
forecasting
see
3,000. So say
Afrojack.
4,000.
So I'm doing like a 2-week trip that I'm probably gonna spend like $6,000 on.
Yeah.
Afrojack, Martin Garrix, Steve Aoki, W&W, Rehab, and Quintino are all our headliners for the 3 nights.
That's pretty sick.
Chainsmokers are there too.
Yeah, but they're the weekend before, so we're not going to be able to see them. There's 2 weekends of this. There's a weekend, a week break, and another weekend. It's insane. I can't wait.
Right on.
I'm excited for you guys. I wouldn't go, but I'm excited for you guys.
I want to see what you think of it when we watch the vlog, Bert. Like,
Yeah.
I get you probably wouldn't be into like the festival.
I've
the
watched
concert,
it's just the music.
but the whole setup is
Oh, it's
crazy.
fucking crazy. Yeah,
It's
I seen
Disney
the setup
World.
they had last year because Hags after showing me that many fucking sets from there.
It's so good, though. It's
I
entertaining.
admire how fucking cool it is, but I just wouldn't want to spend that money to go see an
Be
EDM
part.
fest.
Yeah. Would you,
It's
just
a
out of
once in a
curiosity,
lifetime.
okay?
It is.
Because
Yeah.
you can get day passes and only go for 1 night. If we did a Europe trip and we were there in Europe the time of it, and we said let's go to the Sunday.
If
day
I
of
was
Tomorrowland.
there,
yeah, like if
I'll
you
That's
play,
what I'm doing.
If you
like-
weren't dedicating your trip to it, you'd do it.
yeah, like
for a
I'm saying,
day,
like, let's say,
absolutely.
Yeah.
fuck
let's say we went to Europe for 2 weeks, and on the last day we said let's go to Belgium, go to the Sunday finale of Tomorrowland, and then fly home the next day. You'd do that, I'm assuming.
yeah,
just to see
I just
the
wouldn't book it.
spectacle.
Yeah, like I just wouldn't book a trip around it.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah.
But
why-
like, yeah, go for a day to say that I was there. Absolutely.
I can't
Yeah.
wait. I can't wait.
That's where I'm conflicted because I don't want to spend that much money for just like the 4-day thing, kind of.
Are you talking about like this year, or like in the future?
No, he'd come tomorrow.
No,
if
I just mean
convinced
just
him.
I just mean just this year. Like, yeah,
Because like
that's a lot of money for 4
another
days.
thing
is what I
is-
mean.
Well,
it
it's a
sells
little
out
longer than
quick.
4. It
It's
sells out
fucked.
insane. It's almost sold out now.
we almost
completely.
didn't get tickets.
Now, to be fair, we're fine because those single persons, the way we do it, they have a lot of those. But if you wanted to just get the weekend tickets, no like hotels and everything, that's sold out in 10 minutes. Every single
We were
ticket.
in the wait list and we never got in.
Jesus.
But like you can buy the packages. They have a ton, but that's wise because they designate so many tickets to the packages because obviously if you're paying for your hotel, you need a ticket to go, right? So they
Yeah.
have so many that are just
Do your
for
research
people staying
before
there.
you go to buy, because we did not do our research.
Yeah.
and we were-
We got fucked.
We got
a little bit.
fucked.
We could have had like a 1-hour train ride, and instead we have a 4-hour bus ride for basically the same price.
Could have had like a tent. Now I gotta go like Charlie rent a tent.
No, we couldn't buy those. I looked into it. You have to order it. There's an add-on in July, and it's like a menu. You can add a drink and beverage package that like you pay in advance, and you get like a meal plan and shit. Yes.
That's how they get you.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
everything. It's
You're
called
saying-
add-ons. We'll get all that soon.
You're saying 3,000, man. It's gonna be at least 4.
You get a wristband.
Man,
You
we
just
Yeah,
load
it's
money to
everything.
it. It's called
Yeah, there's no
Pearls.
cash. You're not allowed to use cash at all. It's everything is digital with this wristband. So that way people aren't.
you buy it
motivated
up
shit.
front.
Yeah, so like
And it
no,
gets
no,
loaded
no,
onto your
it's
watch.
You, like yeah.
Yeah.
So like it's a wristband and you have it connected to
Yeah, I
whatever
got you.
bank card, and
Yeah.
that way there's no like fucking I got cash in my pocket and you're getting robbed.
And they're trying to get them like Canadian dollars.
Yeah, literally
Loaded.
the only thing I will have
You got a
is
tune
I'll
in your
have
pocket?
like a little fanny pack in the front of me or something with my phone in it, and that's it. Everything else is going to my locker. And then every day I'm just gonna go grab a quick
Actually,
change
that's
clothes.
all I'm wearing.
Dude, I'm wearing just a Speedo. Like, that's the plan. And it just says, never mind.
Yeah, you probably stopped.
So
there.
yeah, another thing is we're going to London before we go,
I'm not.
and I am, and London has this like really big rave store where you go in.
Oh, so you're
you
gonna buy a bunch of shit there.
I'm gonna buy a bunch of like rave clothes for this and like go fucking all out.
I'm really excited for Josh and Michelle to come with me because they were kind of like questioning it. And then the first day I showed Michelle what it was, I was like, "You want to come?" She was like, "Yes." That sounds amazing.
I think it might be good for me to go because then I'd have like motivation to go to the gym and like want to
Dude,
look
drop.
good.
Jail, me and you experienced Tomorrowland together. We loved fucking
Skydiving.
Yeah, skydiving
Yeah.
one. But I was gonna say we loved George Street when fucking why am I blanking on the name?
Loud Luxury.
Yeah, when Loud Luxury came.
Yeah.
Imagine Loud Luxury, but it's the top 20 DJs in the world, the biggest festival ever, and a stadium and stage that makes you actually.
Jail's gonna go.
Jail needs to go.
He's gonna go.
Book the tickets right now.
You got him like 60% convinced now, and then when you show him the video, he's just like, "Yeah, okay, yeah, I'm in."
Well, no, I just gotta like I can pay for it, but I also gotta save my money.
Yeah, then that's so. So jail. I had the same.
That's where I'm conflicted.
I
But
can't wait for this.
I had the
can't wait.
same.
Side
I had the same thought process, but I had one epiphany. I was actually talking to my boss about it, Corey, and what he said was he was like, "Well, how old are you again?" I was like, 25, turned 26, trying to save up for a house. He was like, "Yeah, you're totally right. Like, you need to be doing that stuff." But at the end of the day, $3-4 grand for a life for something you're never probably going to do again is well worth it in the long run.
This is exactly the same speech you told me to get me to go to Florida. It's not gonna work again.
When are you going to do it
5
again?
years time in jail. You're probably gonna be married with kids and shit.
And have a house no
You're not gonna
matter
be able to do it.
anyways.
All right. This is not the peer pressure podcast.
It's the PPP, the peer pressure podcast.
I can go this year. I'm just saying, do it while you're young.
No,
but if
go
I-
this
if-
year.
But if we
It's
go,
convenient that we're going now.
if I go at any time in my life, it's probably gonna be now because no one else is gonna go.
Yeah, we're already going.
Like none of the boys are gonna go in like 2 years time, unless you guys go again.
I might go again, but
He's still gonna be saying the same story.
Hags is like, I'm going.
I spoke to my buddy Corey back in 2022.
Hag's gonna go again.
He's like, I'm 35 now, but I was talking to my boss 10 years ago,
and he said, you're still young.
Goes
You're
every
still
year.
young.
and I'm still at the same
There's
point.
still fucking time.
I'm still
buddy.
saving
There's
up
still
for a
time.
house.
There's still time, bud. There's still time.
There's other Tomorrowlands too. There's like one.
There's
like
one
the
in
Alps.
France. There's one a winter
winter
one that's
one?
in France. It's on a massive ski lodge in the French
So
Alps.
I might do that. Next.
That'd be cold, wouldn't it?
That's what I said. I don't want to.
I wouldn't want to be there when it's cold.
The best. This is the best one. If you're gonna go to anyone, go to fucking this one right now. The Sendo, the storyline. I gotta show you. It's a fucking pirate ship flying boat.
All right, let's end the pod. And
We're
show
done.
me.
Everyone, go look at this fucking video. I want to see all you fuckers at Tomorrowland.
This video is good. So was the last one. Check out the last video. That last video was sick.
Get our views up. Here's the deal. If we get 48 views on this YouTube channel.
4,800.
No.
Jail's going to
100
the
views. If we get 100 views on this podcast by next week, Jail's buying a ticket to Tomorrowland.
No.
Keep in mind,
I wouldn't put your.
I gotta agree to that.
he did just then.
I'm gonna say 1,000. 1,000 views.
There's no way
hold
we're
on, hold
gonna
on.
get like 10.
No, hold on.
Exactly.
Hold on, Jail.
gonna
So let
fucking
me hear
boost
this.
the
If you get 100 views,
No,
what is
I
it?
said that.
1,000.
And then you will what? Agree to?
I will go to Tomorrowland this year.
What?
If
So how many?
Say it once,
No,
one sentence.
1,000 or 100?
1,000.
Not.
1,000.
Not.
You're trying to get me to audio it and fucking. He's trying to fuck up the frames and get me to say a different number.
What's 50 plus 50?
1,000.
What's 1,000 minus 1,000?
0.
So 0 views. Yeah, but I watch it once.
100.
How many times? If I
All right. Have a great night.